Hello everyone, good morning and welcome back to the Arena of the Old Gods. My name is Rooster and today we are picking... I don't know yet, actually. I'm picking either Mage or Shaman, but... I'll just go eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and I don't know what comes after that, because this is not my natural language. Okay, I guess it's Shaman. Or is the last one the one you don't pick? I never remembered from those children's rhymes. Definitely picking Manatite here, though. And Shaman's nice. Shaman's nice. I don't mind playing Shaman. Razor Fan Hunter or Twisted Worgen. Actually, Zealous Initiate is also not awful, though a little easy to get rid of if you play it on turn 1. So you have to play it along with another minion. It's not going to be that great, I feel. Usually something like Razor Fan Hunter is going to be better. I'm willing to try out the Twisted Worgen. That's not an unreasonable card, I feel. Maiden of the Lake seems pretty good. Making totems for 1 mana is actually pretty sweet. So we could go with something big here. Is the Cavalry Raider much better than, for example, a Trog or a Tall Strider? I think it is. If this thing goes unanswered, then you've pretty much won already, so that's, yeah, that's a given. Dark Iron is really good, but I think I'll go for the Rock Biter, just to have some kind of removal, which is getting scarce. Scarce. Scarce or scarce? I'm very conscious about my English all of a sudden. Squirming Tentacles, not awful. These cards are, however. Vitality Totem is just too marginal. We're likely to have some minions on the field, so we might get some use out of the spell power. I'm not holding out here, but that is a fine card. Worgen is a fine card and better than another Worgen, but are they supposed to be the same Worgen, by the way? This one carries a knife. It's the same knife, isn't it? Well, you take a look at that. That's the same knife as this guy is using. So it's probably the same guy then. What a coincidence. Yeah, definitely the best card over here, so no real contest. Wailing Soul is pretty bad in Shaman. Ancient Shade I'm not too big a fan of. Shaman gets enough big dudes on turn 4, so I guess I'll take the Wailing Soul and just play it when I don't have any totems on the board. Or just 1/1 totems, I guess that's okay. Tunnel Shrug not too amazing in Arena, surprisingly, unless you have a lot of Overload already, which I don't. I like myself a Shattered Sun Cleric, though. That seems like a fine card. Lowly Squire, not too enthusiastic about that one, and Explosive Sheep is going to hurt more than it's going to help, I feel. So let's take another Worgen. Totemic seems pretty excellent, although Fairy Dragon is also no slouch. Like that card a lot. I would prefer a high quality over a good quality 2-drop. Yes. Let's take this for now. We can pick up 2-drops later, right? Do we have any mechs? We don't have any mechs yet, so let's go for the Ship's Cannon, because we don't have any pirates left yet. But in a vacuum, that one is a better card, because it doesn't breathe, right? So it thrives in a vacuum. That's how it works. One of those was actually a card, and same applies here. I don't mind the Tide Hunter, but maybe I should just take the Salty Dog, really? That doesn't seem like something that's a good idea. Let's just go for the 2-drop. How many 2-drops do we have? I would say we are nearing the amount of 2-drops that we want, so we don't have to take them over anything of importance right now. I definitely like this card, but I like me some Evolve also, and that's pretty good with... Well, we didn't take the what's it called? The 3-drop that spawns the boar. Razor Fan Hunter, there we go. We didn't take that one, but we did take this, which has some synergy with Evolve. Evolve could be good, but not taking it over an obviously good card like Thunderblood Valiant. That card can just win you the game outright, so I'm not going to refuse that one. being able to ping something is much more relevant than you'd think, and we have a decent amount of 2-drops already. Let's count. This is actually a 2-drop. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 2-drops. We don't want to be too heavy on them, but replacing a 2-drop with a 1-drop is not going to really solve anything, so I guess we'll take one more. Another Totemic is pretty sweet. Well, we're not taking a Harpy, so I guess we're taking another 2-drop, but I'm starting to get a little worried right here. Do we take the Dragonhawk Rider over the Ice Rager? Not the biggest fan of that idea. But I guess it can do some work, right? We can combo that with double Rockbiter weapon, how's that? Priestess of Elune is just so bad, and Ice Rager not the biggest fan of that card. Though it might be better than Dragonhawk Rider, I'm not quite sure. This is pretty much wishy-washy for me. I'll take the Dragonhawk Rider because it can trade down better, I guess. Yeah, I'll buy that as an excuse. Let's take a Dark Iron Dwarf. The card's pretty sweet in Shaman, and I don't have to pick it over something really important here. Could use some card draw, and I really don't need another 2-drop to be perfectly honest. I don't want to take a Dragonhawk, so let's take a Hoarder. At least it draws a card, so that's pretty sweet. And the same applies for the Gnomish Inventor. Well, why not? Why not? Our curve is getting a little... just in time. Just in time. And Master of Evolution. Pretty sweet, actually. That is not a bad deck. That is not a bad deck. I am actually pretty satisfied with this. Should be able to definitely get... Well, I'm banking on 6-7 wins. Hoping for more, of course, but you never know in the arena, and it's supposed to have gotten a lot harder over the past few weeks, so we'll have to see how we deal with that. Last 2 weeks I could just blame it on the class, but... Well, actually, not the week before that. That was just a really bad rogue deck, so I could either blame it on the deck or blame it on the class. Or on the class and the deck in case of the warrior deck, actually.
I will fight with honor.
But we should be able... Oh, that's also card draw, of course. I completely forgot about that card. Hey, here's 2 pretty sweet cards that we could keep, but do not combine that well together, unfortunately. So I guess we'll keep these... yes, let's keep this. Then we have some flexibility, I like that. And now we have some late game. So that's a great combination. Let's see how we fare against Paladin. That's not a good start for us.
Well met.
We can't coin out the Totem Golem, right? Well, we can, but then we have nothing to do next turn, which is going to be really bad for us. So how about we just coin out the Twisted Worgen? At least it will trade for another 2-drop and keep this vulnerable, right? So then I can Totem Golem next turn, and my turn after that is looking a little poor. So I may not Totem Golem next turn after all. Well, I definitely don't want to trade now, so I guess I'll keep it stealthed for now. That's also not an awful card here. And that does actually allow me to play something next turn, but if I play Totem Golem, then I can just play the Ship's Cannon next turn, so that's also not bad. And we might be able... well, we won't be able to clear everything on the board right now, but we could make sure that the Divine Shield from the what's her face again? The Selfless Hero doesn't land on something too important. I'll give him 1 card here, and I guess we'll keep up both cards. How bad is it going to be for us if he consecrates here? Not disastrous. Maybe I just trade away this guy and kill more minions. I don't hate trading my 2-drop for a 3-drop, and it does make us a lot less weak to consecrate. So I guess we'll compromise. Sure, this looks like an obvious gimme, but then consecrate absolutely wrecks us, and we can't have that happen, can we? In this way, if he wants to consecrate, then he still has to trade the Selfless Hero into one of these two, so that's going to be pretty good for us. We don't have a great 4-drop, unfortunately, but we might draw something useful. So he could get a Divine Shield on this, and he probably should, actually. To be perfectly fair, he probably should get a Divine Shield on that. I should have thought of the Pirate synergy, by the way. Which I absolutely didn't think of. That's going to be a better play right now, though, so not too unhappy about that. I'm happy to get this out of the way before I have anything meaningful on the field. Only silencing off the pirate ability, which is not going to be terribly relevant here. He can pick off 2 minions here. Well, he can pick off 1 minion, and then the Shade trades into that, so... Unless he has Consecrate again. I guess there's not much we can do about that. But if we can get a Darkskill Healer off next turn, then things are going to be pretty good for us, I think. Oh my gosh, that's really bad, though. Is he just doing face? I suppose he can. It's not like we have many great moves here. I suppose we should kill one of them off, right? We should. We should make the necessary trades here. Does the healing matter? I don't think the healing really matters when everything is... Did he seriously not attack anything? I don't believe that is the correct choice, right? How is that ever correct? Do I want to taunt here, though? I don't really want to. I could spread out. I think he would have consecrated if he had it, right? I'm pretty sure he would have. Let's make this trade and spread out on the board. No, that can't be right. I can still do this. He gets +1 health. That's fine. Let's make this trade and let's heal up. I don't understand why he didn't attack last turn. Maybe he was so satisfied with himself with his +1/+1 on 2 Divine Shield minions that he completely forgot. But I can't imagine that ever being the right play. He gets the hero power though, that's kind of bad for us. We should... Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, that's how you lose games. This is how you lose games, guys. Definitely not much I could see ourselves do about that. Oh my lord. Do we taunt up here? I don't think there's much we can do. I kind of want to make a totem, but that's not going to end too well for us. Let's just do this in the hopes that we can get rid of whatever he has over there. But that seems ridiculous. Maybe we were too careful with the Selfless Hero, because the Divine Shield that he got off of it did kinda screw us over. So maybe we should have traded into the Selfless Hero when the Divine Shield could have gone onto... Oh my lord! The Inspire train doesn't stop. The Inspire train just doesn't stop. I don't... Yeah, you know, I'm done with this game. Congratulations, fellow. Congratulations! I don't... Well, we don't have any board clears. If we can't get onto the board with a start like this, then we don't want to queue into that guy. Let's give him a few seconds and take a deep breath. Just breathe in, breathe out. Okay, we're calm. We're calm. That was not a bad start. I'll have to give that to myself. That was not a bad start for us, but that was just ridiculous. But yeah, in hindsight, him getting a Divine Shield on a minion of his choice was really bad, so we probably should have eliminated that thing while we could still control where it went and where it wasn't going to screw us over too much. So let's see if we can get a decent start going here. Definitely don't want to keep any force if I don't have... I do want to keep a totemic, I think. Or do I just want to hard mulligan for more 2s? That also doesn't sound terrible. These are not 4s I really want. I can get a 4 at any time, and this looks like a much better curve. Let's be fair here. This does look like a pretty good curve to me. I don't even have to coin here, so that's pretty great.
That's incredible.
Let's see what you've got here. Please don't be a flame juggler and juggle. No, just don't, please. Okay. Okay, thank you for not juggling juggling into my Worgen Infiltrator. Yeah, Trog seems fine. I think Trog is worse against the 3-drop, right? So I should probably do it this way. Maybe I didn't even have to trade against that, but yeah, Worgen trades up better, so it's going to be more useful. And I can just Mana Tide Totem here if I want to be really greedy, but how about I just top deck a really good card instead?
Killing spree.
I don't think I care too much about him having 1 damage ping. How relevant is the damage going to be? Let's be honest here. Not really. And he could just have an Unleash or something, and then I'll be sad. Yeah, I would be kind of sad if he Unleashed here. I'll be fair. I can still coin out the healer, although I'm not sure how relevant that is. I don't mind evolving a totem here. I would be sad if this was going to be a Doomsayer, but outside of that, I don't think there's much that can go wrong here. I could also Trog and Totem, but I think this is going to be much better for us. Well, that's also not good. I'll admit that's also not good for us. Please don't... Thank you. Thank you. Okay, that is not a card you expect to see. Well, hello there, Nat. I hope I can get rid of you before my opponent draws too many cards off of you. I do hope that will be the case for me. Is he seriously just going to trap and hero power? Well, in that case, I'm attacking with the Worgen. Or I'm attacking with Nat, let's be fair here. Is he going to attack all 3 of them into that thing? In that case, I'm just not going to attack, friend. You know how this goes. You can draw your cards, I can draw mine. It's fine. Actually, this seems much sweeter. And then I can actually attack, right? Do I actually want to attack, though? I don't think I want to. In that case, do I play something else? I can play this. That's not terrible. Is it better than... Yeah, I guess it's better than this. I can still Rock Biter next turn, that's pretty sweet. Let's do this. I feel no need to attack right now, when I can trade my 3-1 into one of his minions. And he does have to play something at some point in the near... did I seriously... Did I just seriously coin out... Oh my lord. What am I doing with my life here? Has he not drawn any cards off of Nat yet? Well, that seems nice. Do I care about the abilities of any of my minions? No. No, I think the answer is no. That means we are free to trade here. So that's going to be... We can't... No, we can kill off Nats, actually. How much do I... Sure, I'll spend a Rock Biter on it. Do I care that much, though? I can just silence Nat, right? Yeah. I can just silence Nat. Oh, that does mean this one dies. Oh, that's unfortunate. Casualties of war. Did he really just say caught one? Okay. Well, that was kind of obvious. We saw that coming from a mile away. So let's silence first. And then totem up. And hopefully get a healing totem. That would be kind of sweet. So no more cards for you, sir. No more cards for you. Yeah, so I could have had a 4-5 if I traded in the Master of Evolution instead of the other guy. That's not a bad multi-shot. Best 2 targets too. Nice RNG you got there. But this is still not an awful trade, and we are not in an awful position at all. I like me some card draw though. So let's see how we can do with this. There we go. Let's draw some cards, boys. Let's draw some cards. And we can start the Valiant value train starting next turn. I don't feel too bad about that. Not at all. Not at all. Oh well, he's got some nice cards in his deck. I'll be honest here. That's some nice cards you got there. But still doesn't actually seem that great. Can we get some nice value trades going here? Not really, not really. But we still have room for a Rockbiter, so that's still pretty nice. We've got some real mean minions here, so let's see. How do we make our trades here? I think I'll trade this guy plus the Rockbiter in here, then this guy in here, and there's still this guy left. Not much we can do about that, though. There's no real way. Well, we could trade, and then Rockbiter something into this thing. That's not gonna work. No, let's not be ridiculous. There's no way we're going to make this work, are we? No. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do this because it's free, and let's go face because he still has to kill everything here, and I would like a heal on my Wailing Soul. He has to kill the Valiant, and he has to kill the Manatite, and I don't think he can do both in one turn. I'm pretty sure he can't. What is that going to be? Well, it's the only thing he has available, so it doesn't matter what trap it is, because he was going to play it anyway. Are you sure about that? That looks like another explosive trap to me in that case. Let's attack with the totem first. Right? Right. Pretty sure about that. Could we make another trade that seems better? Not really. Okay. It's not a freezing, so I guess we check for explosive. It's not explosive either. Oh, in that case, it could be a thing. A dart trap. Am I really playing around dart trap here? It could be snipe. Let's check for snipe first. How do we check for snipe? By playing this, right? Yeah, that seems like a good snipe target. Is this a snipe? This is a snipe. Okay, that's good. So that means we can freely hero power up and spread out again. There we go. Ooh, nice totem golem there. I like that. Nice totem golem you got there. Don't mind if I do. Alright, we're 1-on-1. I feel kind of vindicated there. But that paladin deck, oh my gosh, that paladin deck. Let's hope we don't face that guy again now. Let's hope he just never loses a game and courses his way to 12-0 and then never have to face that guy again. That would be sweet. Wouldn't mind if that happened at all. Well, every 12-0 deck has to start somewhere, right? So you can complain about decks being way too good for the score they're currently at, but every deck has to start somewhere. And they have to lose their games somewhere if they're not going 12 and something. Definitely throwing everything away in favor of a 2-drop here. Because we're going to need some kind of a... Oh, that's not a bad 2-drop, actually. Although it does make my 3-drop slot a little awkward, well, I guess that will be my 3-drop. Or this will be my 3-drop. That's still fine. Still fine.
Friend.
Don't mind if I do. So we can Stoneforge X, or we can Twisted Worgen next turn, which is also perfectly acceptable, depending on what her 2 mana play is going to be, of course. So what are we... Oh, that's a stealth, okay. Well, I guess we'll respond to your stealth with a stealth of our own. And as long as she doesn't have arcane missiles or something like Flamewake or Coin something, then I think this is going to be valuable. Well, she might just keep her thing stealthed for a bit. Oh, that's not a bad trade. I will say that's not a bad trade, but we do get the Hero Power and Stormforged Axe. So I guess it doesn't hurt that much. No buff, no buff. Okay, good enough. I'll take whatever I can get. And I might trade my 3-1 plus a weapon swing in for that next turn, so that's still fine. Definitely want to play the Stormforged Axe here. Maybe I want to get my Worgen out of the way also. Is that better than Hero Powering? It's probably better than Hero Powering, right? Let's be honest here. The Hero Power is just going to die for free to 2-4. So I'm much better off with this, and it's only bad against Arcane Missiles, which I think she would have already played if she had it, right? Even Arcane Explosion she would have already cast if she had the opportunity. That axe is it's kind of unfortunate. The ooze, I mean, not the axe. Well, it's unfortunate that the axe had to die. I guess that's how that works. So we can double trade, and we have a 3-2 on the board, or hear me out here. We could trade one of those and have a 2-6 and a 3-1 stealth on the board. How's that? That makes my curve a lot more convenient. So I guess I like that. It's a little sad that I don't get to get the immediate value of the Maiden of the Lake, but she might even overreact and fireball it here. Wouldn't be unheard of, right? So, sure, I don't mind that too much. And next turn, when we have 6 mana, well, while we're talking about overreacting, that seems like overreacting to me. I could be wrong. So how do we not run into Flamestrike? I guess it's by flooding the board now. Do we just take this trade, by the way? If we flood the board now, we only run into Blizzard, because she's already... yes, she has already coined. So as long as we flood now, well, we don't have to flood at all. Let's see what we get first. Let's just see what we get first. Taunt Totem's not bad. Let me think here. I guess I'll just Hero Power. This board should be menacing enough for her. That changes nothing. That changes nothing. But she gets to take out the Taunt Totem, and then I get to do what, exactly? Well, I guess I can buff up the 3-2. Could be possible. No, if she has Blizzard, I'm pretty sure she casts it right now. Might get greedy. I hope she doesn't.
I have no time for games.
Wow, that's a card. I'll say that's a card. Let's kill that. How do we do that? Well, we run both of our minions in there and we give her a healing totem. I guess that's fine. I don't have to like it. I could buff up the totem, but then I lose a 3-2, and that would be worse. Have fun with your totem, miss. And that means we now get to totem again and just buff up some small stuff. This 2-2 is looking mightily awkward, but if we traded off the Worgen at some point in the past, then it wouldn't have ended better for us, would it? No, not really. So do we buff up one of these? I guess we do. Let's see what kind of totem we get. We really want to flood this much, though. Totem is spell power. Let's just buff up this one. incentivizes the trade. If she has a flame strike, she will use it, I'm pretty sure. This is not going well for us though. That Sylvanas is kinda crushing. But at least we didn't have the Lord of the Arena on the table yet. That's a real card. I would have to run the Lord of the Arena in there and then possibly just use my small... then I could have used... I don't know how my board would have looked if I had played the Lord of the Arena, right? Oh, I have to kill that now. How do I kill that? I guess I can kind of kill that by playing Lord of the Arena, right? Then she hero powers next turn and I can kill it after, hopefully. But that guard is going to be a problem. I'm going to need a Rock Biter next turn, possibly. Rock Biter would have been sweet there. Maybe I just flood, because I think... Or would she have flooded if she had... Let's just top deck a Rock Biter and don't think about it too much, right? You are not a Rock Biter. I guess I'm fine with doing this in that case. At least we can kill the healing totem, that's something, right? And we get to draw another card if she flames... If she flame strikes, let's be honest, then we've pretty much lost. So we're banking on her not having that. And then hoping to be able to kill that thing next turn by quite possibly just running... Oh my gosh. Well, you're a little late, aren't you? You're a little late. Well, the same thing does apply, and if we just get a Flame Tongue Totem here... How about that? How about we get a Flame... That's not a Flame Tongue Totem. But it might still do its job. We can Rock Biter a totem and kill it next turn, and we're still hopelessly behind, but... Yeah, that's just the way it is, right? There must be some way that we can crawl back here. I'm confident. I'm confident there must be some way to do this. Where did it go wrong, though? Was I too greedy with my Worgens? That's possible. Is the multiple of Worgen is Worgen, right? Yeah, pretty sure about that. So that's wrong. Hero powers, then trades. And I still have a 4-5 to deal with. But at least I can kill the 8-2, right? So that's something. I can do everything I want to do with the mana I have available to me. That is just going to die. That is also just going to die. This is also just going to die. Well, aren't we feeling good about ourselves right now? Is there a way?
What to do?
There is no way we're not killing that, right? And there's no way we're we may have to face tank that, actually. Are the totems that important? I guess the totems may actually be that important. Let me think carefully about this.
There is little time.
Is it that important? I don't think it's worth taking a damage over, but we're not taking damage next turn. We may just have to act right now and not think so much. I'm not sure. I don't think the totem is all that relevant, but it was relevant to at least think about. This is not looking pretty though. Our deck might just be lacking late game. But what good late game? Are you kidding me?
Attention, class.
What is happening on the arena? What is happening here? Are you kidding me? So I guess we have to make the awkward trade again. How about that? We can't just expect her to not play cards, right? There's no way she's not playing any cards. We can't win this.
Where am I?
There's no way we're winning this, right? Is there any card in our deck that deals with this? I don't think so.
Someday I'll be just like you.
I don't think there's anything... My god. Well, that's a pretty ridiculous deck you've got there, miss. How are you 1-1? Please do explain. Because I don't understand.
You win this.
Well, but quite possibly she just faced the paladin. We've lost to the early game, and then she lost from the paladin. How's that? Yeah, that's definitely possible. Well, that's 1 and 2. I am a little disappointed here, but let's hope let's hope this is not going to be the last game already. Because that would be really unfortunate. I do think we can reach 6 or 7 wins with this deck, but those last 2 decks were pretty ridiculous. You'll have to agree with me there. Okay. If you are the Mr. First Guy... No, I'm pretty sure you're not Mr. First Guy, right? Okay, Rockbiter's a good card. Acidic Swamp Ooze is a good card. Ancient Mage is not. And if we keep Rockbiter and Ooze, we can't expect to have the board, so we can't keep this card. I think that makes sense. So depending on what we get here, we may want to coin out a 2-drop, or we may not want to. That's a secret. It's a secret to anyone. Are we satisfied with trading our 2-drop for another 2-drop? Well, we would much prefer to Rockbiter it down, I think, but playing this is not unreasonable. I don't want to run that into Noble Sacrifice, and I think Noble Sacrifice is much more likely than Repentance, so let's just coin out a 2-3 and see what happens.
It's time for a little blood.
Let's see if we fight Redemption. If it revives with Redemption, is it enraged? I don't know. I don't know about that. Those are some of the details I would like to know, but I think Rockbitering this down is going to be correct. It's actually not. That was actually a terrible play, because I should have checked for Noble Sacrifice first. It is not Redemption, it is not Noble Sacrifice. Well, if it wasn't... Yeah, that was absolutely ridiculous. That play made absolutely no sense, and I feel terrible for making it. What do we play against? Well, we play minions that don't die to Demolisher, obviously. And this is one of those minions, so I feel okay about this. Let's attack here and see if it's Competitive Spirit. Nice shot there, sir. Nice shot. It is not Competitive Spirit, so we're expecting Avenge here. How screwed are we if that thing gets avenged? Well, it's not much use asking that question, because it's going to happen regardless, I would say. So how about we play a couple of 2-drops? We trade into the Demolisher and we just deal with it. If that thing gets avenged, then I can still trade the Worgen in, so not all is lost. Unless he gets a true silver or something, and then I can still just trade the 2 little guys in and things will be okay, right? Am I worried about that? Yes, I actually am. That really sucks. That really sucks. How about a Flame Tongue Totem here? I could really use a Flame Tongue Totem just about now. My Kingdom for a Flame Tongue Totem. That is not good. That is not good, friends. Well, at least Ooze is getting some value. But let's look at it from the positive side, right? At least Ooze is getting some value, and he can kill a totem, or he can Yes, he's killing a totem and he's dealing 7 to face. Okay, so that's not... Considering we have this acidic swamp ooze in hand, not all is lost yet. Let's... Where do we place this? We're always going to axe that first, right? So, wait, if we axe then we don't ooze.
I wonder.
Wait, can we axe an ooze and totem? Yes. So we may... Well, we don't want to trade 2 guys into this thing. But we can't bank on a flame tongue totem, right? We can't possibly bank on a flame tongue totem here. So we're just going to have to take this on the chin. That always happens. This always happens. And I guess we just totem in that case and don't attack. Guess that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is, folks. Well, I guess that's a taunt totem, so... If he really wants to head us in the face, then he's not clearing any of our minions. That's something, right? If he really wants to head us in the face here, then he can. And evidently he does. Is that another... Oh my lord. Well... Well, there's a lesson on how to get wrecked in Arena. How about this? How about this? There's a repentance. What is going on? I don't even remember. What is happening here? Well, we just lost! Well, we just lost! How about that? Well, good game. How on earth did that happen? How on earth? I will have to get to look back at this because this is ridiculous. Well, I guess that's this week's arena run, guys. I will admit I'm a little disappointed right here. And that last game, I might have, yeah. I was prepared to take a lot, but not corrupted Annoyatron. Yeah. That Annoyatron really wrecked us here. That's just what happened. And that's just the way it's gonna be, unfortunately. Oh, we can disenchant our golden one, that's nice. Well, I'm going to thank you very much for watching right now, and we'll be back next week with hopefully a bit more luck in the arena. See you then.